out tonight, that's our version of carry-out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
IndianaSRN wants to put more kids on TV. And honestly, that's exactly what these kids deserve. They stream more than 350 high school and college games every year, giving Indiana athletes the spotlight they've earned. All games are free to watch with on-demand on their YouTube channel. The cost is amazingly affordable, which means more kids get their moment to shine. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey, Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons, like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Hulbert Arena on the campus of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology as we bring you HCAC women's basketball on this Saturday afternoon. Key matchup in the conference, the number one team, Transylvania, entering today's game at 15-4 overall. They're 10-2 in the conference. They've won their last four. Rose-Hulman trying to get on the winning side of things. They've lost their last two. They enter this contest at 5-14 overall. They are currently 4-8 in the HCAC. College basketball on RHIT.TV, brought to you by Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local hometown John Deere dealer since 1955. 5 central Indiana locations. Reynolds meets all your equipment, parts, and service needs. Boilermaker Local 374. Representing skilled workers across Indiana. Discover the Boilermaker advantage with Local 374. Burtner Electric. Spark with confidence. Your trusted electrician partners since 1986. Wheeler Mission. Helping our neighbors in need since 1893. Thanks to generous, caring individuals like you. Morales Group Staffing. Building better futures one story at a time. Let us help you find your next opportunity. LifeWise Academy. LifeWise Academy brings Bible education to public school students during school hours. Learn more at lifewise.org. LIUNA, the Build America Union, 500,000 strong, fighting for better wages, safer job sites, and greater opportunities. and the Indiana SRN sports page. Sports from border to border, coast to coast, your source for high school, college, and pro sports coverage. Troy Dergowski, Coach Keith Myers with you on this Saturday afternoon. Key matchup again in the HCAC. Transylvania maybe not as good as they have been over the last couple of years, but still number one in the conference. On the other side of the ledger, the Rolls-Holman team, Coach, it's kind of on the brink right now. They got to get a win here today. If not, it's going to be really tough down the stretch.
Yeah, you look at the standings. Franklin, by percentage points, is in first place. Transy's in second. They're tied, but Franklin owns the head-to-head. That is a huge matchup. Franklin's hoping that Transy would Rose-Holman would be knocked off today to make it a little bit easier. The last 5 games of the year. 5 games left. Rose-Holman needs to have a streak here. I think they need to win at least the last 4 of the 6 that they have left.
Well, one of the big keys for them, I think, is, Coach, they got to cut down on the mistakes. They got to hit free throws. In the other area, and we'll talk about this when we scout them in a few moments, they got to shoot better, and they're not shooting very well from either the field or from three-point range.
Well, I think they run off very quickly. I think their first quarters have been pretty good, but then they drop off. It looks like they get tired. I don't know if that's a factor or not, but as the game wears on, they make a lot of little mental mistakes that have cost them the last 3 or 4 games.
Well, I'll tell you one thing for sure. They do not have enough size today compared to what this Transylvania team has, and there's some really big players out there.
Yeah, 2 6'3" girls that probably would take us to the basket and hurt us. Very, very good players. But transitionally, Transy has been in this thing. They understand, and Paul is still trying to build a program. But Paul's only been here 2 years, so be patient, fans. It's going to get here. You can see glimpses and hopes of that. They got some shooters. Let's see what happens today. I think if they can keep this within 15, they got a chance to maybe make a run in the fourth quarter.
It'll certainly give them a lot of energy down the stretch.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
take a look at the proposed starting lineup tonight for Transylvania, because I want you to talk about some of the key players. And when you look at that lineup, what is funny about that lineup right there, Coach, is none of the 6'3" girls are in the starting lineup.
No,
they
not.
bring them off the bench.
Yeah, and Riley Finn's a pretty good shooter. They are strong from top to bottom here. You bring your 6'3" girls in to clean up things.
Yeah.
And it's a learning. You look at it's senior, junior. So they have that experience. They understand. They've been on the road. The 3.5-hour drive is not a big deal to them. They'll be okay.
Yeah, they will definitely be okay. And by the way, I'm going to mention one other thing about Transylvania that we've got to mention, Coach. They play defense. You're not going to score a lot of points on them, so you better hope, if you're Rolls-Holman today, that you're going to keep this in a low-scoring affair.
Well, one of the things that I noticed is during shoot-around 45 minutes before game time, the 2 point guards came out. They didn't miss for 3-point land. I mean, it was like automatic. It reminded me of Daniel Thacker in our crew.
Oh, yeah.
He's knocking down those threes all the time. They did the same.
Well, the other key about it was you were trying to talk to them while they were shooting, and I don't think they wanted any part of it either.
Well, I was complimenting one on their hairstyle. It looks pretty good.
I bet, and she was yours too. All right, tell you what, we're going to come back in a couple of moments. We'll talk about Rolls-Holman and what they have to do to win today. We'll have the tail of the tape between these two teams as well. That's coming up, and the standings, because it's getting very interesting down the stretch. That's coming up right here on RHIT.TV. Back out of the way. He didn't want to leave. Back once again. See, it's a good time when we're doing college basketball.
It is.
here at Rose-Hulman. All right, this is a Fighting Engineers team, Coach. They do play better at home. They're 4-3 at home, but they've lost their last two. They're 4-8, and we're going to get the standings here in just a moment. But, Coach, they got to find a way to win. They're not right now tied with Manchester on the outside looking in, but they got it. I know winning today is probably going to be very, very difficult. Here's the standings in the conference right now. You see Franklin and Transylvania at the top. Berea, Anderson, Mount St. Joe. Those teams, I think, are pretty solid. And once you get past that, you talk about Hanover and Bluffton, Manchester, and Rose. They're all still in it. There's only one team that's not in it. That's Earlham. You still have a fighting chance.
You know, if I look at this and I'm Coach Paul, I look at this and say, I think we can get to that 6 spot. They have played Hanover. They have played everybody pretty well.
Yeah.
The Transylvania game earlier this month, they were in it until the end of the first quarter, and then they just went sour.
Yeah.
They just need to be consistency. Ship is the key today. She's got to score a lot of points, and she's got to lead that offense because I think with her ability, she can carry this team.
Yeah, by the way, last time they played, it was an 18-point deficit at halftime, and Rose-Hulman shot just 36%. There are the projected starting lineups for this one today. You mentioned Emma Shipp, who did not get into double figures in that last game. Caitlin Fennell is another player that can be very electric. She had 13 in that loss. But, again, you're going to have everybody's going to have to participate in the offense today.
Yeah, and it starts with the defensive game. If you start with defense pretty strong, as we've coached many times, defense does win championships. That's the key here. Playing defense, got to rebound, got to outlet the ball. When you run the floor, you got to get the ball in the middle of the floor. You know, we talk about it all the time. If they want to get it to the side, got to get it in the middle of the floor, and then you got to penetrate and win.
I got to ask you a question. And every time I told my teams, hey, we got to do this, this, and this, they never did it. What's the problem?
Maybe you didn't have enough yelling power.
I yelled a lot.
The two teams that did it really well for me were two state champions teams, and now that they get older, they go, wow, you were an idiot, but boy, you are right.
It's funny how age will do that to you.
It does.
Let's take
Especially now that they're all coaches.
Yeah, they're getting a little dose of their own medicine,
right.
aren't they? Let's take a look at these two teams side by side in our tail of the tape, and you get a pretty good idea of where they stand in all the different areas. And, Coach, you look at that, it's not much different in some of the areas when you look up and down, other than maybe when you think about points per game. But one other area is at Transylvania, they do not give up a ton of points, only 55 per game.
Yeah, you look at that and you go, wow, Rose-Hulman's got a chance to win this thing by 10 or 15. The point difference is a little bit different. What I like is the 3-point difference. There's a slight different defensive, but the free throws, if Rose-Hulman could get on the free throw line, they could win this game by shooting the freebies.
Well, let me tell you what. Now, that 67% isn't bad, but you look at the other side, 76% is really good. Good basketball teams will hit free throws. And what did I tell you while I was watching? Now, right now, Rose-Hulman is working on the free throws. But as I was watching the two teams warming up earlier, only two players that whole time were working on free throws.
The 2-point guards.
The 2-point guards.
Yep.
They were in here early working on free throws. Now, the men, who we're going to talk about a little bit later, the Rose-Hulman men lost that game the other night because of free throws.
Yeah.
And I know they got off to a slow start. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But, Coach, you got to hit the free throws. Those can come back, and you and I have done enough games together to know that will bite you in the fanny every time.
I would love our fans to come with us when we get here 2.5 hours early before game time. A lot of people don't know what we do behind the scenes. None of this gets just done quickly. We have a great crew, great staff. The CEO is here doing our 1 and 2s today. Noah is here as our camera guy, and, of course, Thacker. And, when you look behind the scenes and you see these players come in early, to shoot shots and all those things, it's pretty cool to see what's going on, catch the ambiance. It's Hall of Fame week and Alumni week, so this place could be pretty loud today, and looking forward to it. I'm glad I'm here. I'm excited about doing both games with you.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up about players, and the one thing I've always noticed over the years, is the best players are the ones that are here early or the ones that are here and nobody else is in the gym, because that's when you get better.
One of the things the player that I'm going to talk to you about is a player who played for me, and that's Luke Jones. He had the key to the building.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're hearing the ball bounce at 6 o'clock in the morning and you're off and you go, who in that? And it's Luke shooting shots, and it's like, man, those kids get rewarded, and they understand. They loved home because they understand where their crest was.
Yeah.
They taped their spots.
Yeah.
I mean, some shooters do some wacky stuff.
Yeah, well, and that's why they're successful. All right, on Wednesday, Transylvania beat Berea 66-58.
That was a big win for Transy.
Yeah.
Because Berea was on an 8-game winning streak.
And they ended that really quick. Mount St. Joe beat Hanover 69-53. Manchester down Bluffton 65-38. Anderson drilling Earlham 81-58. And then Rose-Hulman, they lost to Franklin 74-67. Coach, today, Mount St. Joe is at Anderson. That'll be a big matchup. Two teams that are 7-5 in the conference. Berea now travels to Manchester. Bluffton is at Franklin. Besides this game, of course, Earlham is at Hanover.
Yeah, Earlham is desperately looking for a win. This year is not Earlham's year, but they will bounce back, I'm sure. But if they finish out, those kids will learn something about this tough season.
Yeah, it's been very balanced also on both sides, where even though Franklin and Transylvania are both 10-2 and have a 3-game lead going into the last couple of weeks of the regular season, this conference has been very good. On the men and women's side, 1 through 9.
Yeah, if you remember last year, the number 1 seed got beat in this tournament. So, the standings are what they are. You got to play well and you got to finish well. I think the key here tonight for Rose-Hulman is get off to a quick start, hit your free throws, play defense. For Transy, start quick, stay quick, and do not lack defensive pressure, because if you put a lot of defensive pressure on Rose-Hulman, sometimes you get the free lead.
When we come back in a couple of moments, we'll have the starting lineups from our public address announcer, and we will have the tip-off of Game 1 of 2 here this afternoon. It's Rose-Hulman and Transylvania hoping today to watch Franklin maybe lose to Bluffton and take over sole possession of first place in the HCAC. We'll be back right here on RHIT.TV.
Scotty supported our student athletes for over 2 decades, totaling 23 years of service to our Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers. At this time, please join us as we honor our friend Scotty with a brief moment of silence. Thank you. And now, fans, before the introduction of tonight's starting lineups, we ask that you please join us as we honor America.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Back once again here at Hulbert Arena. Let's go to our public address announcer for tonight's starting lineups. All right, they're your starters for today's game. Coach, we talked a lot about the aspects of this one. Let's get down right to the nitty-gritty, what's going to take here for Rose-Hulman, and then their long road trip here for Transylvania.
Transylvania just has to play Transylvania basketball. That's just rebound, press, good defense. Rose-Hulman just has to play almost a near-perfect game. They got to stay out of foul trouble, and I think they've really got to get some points in the paint.
All right, here we go. It'll be Grinter, Flynn, Hall, Kimmelgore, and Barrett today for Transylvania.
My friend Dan Morgan has the ball tonight.
He was here last time you and I were here.
He was. He must be following our schedule.
He enjoys getting on TV.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Godoy, Rodriguez, Reese, Gallegos, Rodriguez, Ship, and Fennell today for Rose-Hulman.
What I noticed about Dan, he has the same barber we have.
Yes. That barber is very popular these days. All right, tip will be won by the Fighting Engineers. We are underway. Rose-Hulman trying to snap a 2-game losing streak as they'll face a 2-3 zone.
Look how they highly extend that, though.
Good ball movement down in the corner. Here's a 3 on the way, rims in and out as Fennell can't get it to go. The rebound by Barrett, and they are quickly in transition. Leading the way is Riley Flynn at 14. Kimmelgore also averaging 14 per game. Here's a 3 by Flynn, and it's good, and we talked about their shooting in the warm-ups, Coach.
Yeah, they just keep on shooting and shoot the ball really, really well. Oh, nice layup here.
Yeah, somebody didn't get back on defense, and the easy layup by Emma Ship. It's 3-2. Well, if you're going to press, one thing they talk about, you get that ball to midcourt, you better sprint back.
That time Rose-Hulman did a nice job putting that ball in the middle and go.
So now it'll be Transylvania basketball. Good look at Keaton Hall. They'll go down low to Barrett. Barrett shot it over the basket. Didn't have a great angle on that shot. We'll head the other way. Rose-Hulman a chance to take a lead right here. Early in this contest, a women's and men's doubleheader here on RHIT.TV. Air ball by Gallegos Rodriguez. Averaging just 4.2 points per game. Shot fake drive off the glass and good. Kimmelgore gets her first 2, the senior out of Crestwood, Kentucky. Pressing at midcourt is Kimmelgore.
Boy, they took him almost 10 seconds across the 10-second line.
And that's what the Pioneers want.
Shorten that shot clock for you. You got to make a quick shot. There's
Runner
a
on
floater.
the way by Sophia Reese. Reese averaging 10 per game. It's now a 5-4 contest. Again, last time these two teams played, it was early on, and then Rose-Hulman fell down by 12 at the end of the first, and that lead was extended 18 at halftime. In the corner, shot no good by Grinter. They're one and done. Crowd still filing in to see both teams here today in this Hall of Fame day. Here's Fennell in the lane. Shot no good. Get an offensive rebound thanks to Godoy Rodriguez.
Go back door.
The drive with the right hand, a little bit too much. As Ship unable to get that one to fall. It will stay at 5-4. Always talk about in the game of basketball or any sport really, that feeling out process early in the game. You got to think about what changes will the other team do that will affect you in a game like this.
In all games, you have to have some changes.
Drive down the lane, shot missed by Kimmelgore, and they'll get it back, and we have our first foul against Fennell. Coach, you go back and you look at the film, you look at the things that didn't work, you look at the things that we can perhaps exploit a little bit more in the second matchup, and that's what adjustments are all about.
Good point.
Into the ball game now for Rose-Hulman will be Kaya Peterson. Peterson out of Cincinnati, a 5'9" freshman, averaging nearly 10 per game, so they get some offense off the bench, and a turnover there by Transylvania.
A little bit of pressure there that they're not used to having. I like how this press is set up here. They just go and tack the basketball.
And they force a turnover and a layup by Grinter. By the way, first turnover by Rose-Hulman, and it's a zone trap, a 2-2-1 zone trap right here.
See that where you put the ball in the middle of the floor, you beat it, then you got to go right to the hole. Oh, she got fouled there, ref. Got to blow that whistle.
Ship unable to convert, will head the other way. Good ball movement, wide open at the top of the key, and a miss there by Flynn, but another offensive possession. That's one thing you can't do is give this team more possessions. How about that turn in the lane? The miss by Barrett, and a foul by Barrett as well.
She looks at the referee. I didn't even touch her.
Problem is, that's what they all say.
Yeah.
And I haven't met an official yet.
Who's ever missed a call?
Well, no, that ever admits that, hey, I blew it right there. I mean, sometimes they'll tell a coach, but I'm not telling a player. 7-4, 6:03 to go, opening period.
Great communication there by the officials.
I can't believe you're getting on those guys already.
No,
on the Ship miss down here, you were.
Well, she did get fouled.
Oh, it's contact, college basketball, turnover.
What is wrong with you?
Nothing. Every time you and I get together, you're hard on these guys.
I'm not. They're my friends.
Well, let's have them go back and look and see what they say about that friendship when they get done, right?
Yeah, he'll call me. Trust me.
Kimmelgore throws it away.
Got to be patient with the ball when you're in the half court.
Coach, there is a little bit of talk that Transylvania, again, they've lost a lot of talent over the last couple of years. It's not that same Pioneer team we have seen.
Yeah, but they still play good basketball, and it's the HCAC, and nothing's predictable there.
That short-range jumper,
that was all the way in the hole, wasn't it?
Yep. Back the other way, 2-on-2 break. They'll waste no time in transition. Flynn will give it off now to Hall.
See how she protects that basketball with that hip? That's a nice play. Nice move.
How about that shot by Grinter? She has 4. Grinter averages 9.9 per game, the lead at 5. And what they will do is methodically just keep putting you deeper in a hole.
You almost need to score every single time you get the ball.
Yeah, it's very tough to do against this zone because they've really extended it. It's more of a matchup zone right now where they're going to come out and get you, not just guard a zone on the floor. Shot missed by Fennell. Leading score at 14.5 per game, off to a slow start. Transylvania. Once again, here's Flynn. Good look at Barrett. And a traveling call, and a third turnover already by Transylvania. And we've got our first timeout on the floor. Pioneers lead it by 5.
Rose allowed me to have a good foundation as an engineer. Like, you enjoy solving those problems. There are 500 different directions that we could go, and only one is likely the right one that's going to work. Figuring out why it works or why it could work, what could break, like really thinking 5 steps ahead. That's what Rose teaches you to do. It's not a factory of like just trying to get people out the door and getting them their degrees. Like, they genuinely care about each individual student. They want you to walk away feeling like you got out of it what you wanted. That's what sets Rose Holman apart. Together, we are Rose Holman.
Makai Grinter leading Transylvania with 4 points. Flynn has 3. Kimmelgore has 2. Sophia Reese has 2. Emma Ship with 2 for Rose Holman. 3 turnovers now by Transy, just 2 by Rose Holman.
Transy is shooting 44.4% from the field, and Rose Holman 22.2. Transy's 4 for 9, and Rose Holman's 2 for 9 early in the first quarter.
You know, we hate to use that old adage, just give yourself a chance to win in the fourth quarter, but I think that would be kind of the mindset for Rose, right? You trailed by 18 in the last game, and you just got to make sure you keep this close in the second half.
You got to keep it close throughout the game, but they have a capability to come back pretty quick. They do have some good shooters.
Chloe McKnight is in, one of the 6'3" post players now for the Pioneers. Will man the inside. That's going to be tough to get it down low. Sophia Reese, ball loose in the lane. 3rd turnover now by Rose.
Pass has to be up higher in her chest area instead of the knees.
We've been stuck on a 9-4 score for a little while here in period number 1. Grinter off the screen, reverses it. Kimmelgore back down low, and that's where the size will pay off. McKnight gets her first 2. Lead at 7. That could be a big problem for Rose if they can't find a way to get some positioning down low. 4th turnover, and then driving to the basket, it'll be Grinter, who now has 6. And Rose Holman needs a timeout as they trail it by 9. Well, with that 9-point lead, a 30-second timeout. It gives you an idea, again, how Transylvania coach can, I mentioned the word methodically a little bit ago. They just extended, but you can't help them. You had 2 straight turnovers right there by Rose Holman.
Yeah, and then now all of a sudden you're down here 13-4, and during that immediate timeout, you were still pretty much in the game. Still in the game, but you gave up those turnovers, cost you points as well. Rose Holman Wednesday plays Hanover. Next Saturday, Anderson. Then they're on the road with Mount St. Joe, at Bluffton, Earlham, and then the tournament.
That's not much left, is it?
Nope.
Just a handful of games remaining in the regular season. Entry pass will find Julia Meyer, who has checked in. That jumper is off the mark as Sophia Reese can't get it to go. By the way, Grace Bruner has checked in now for Transylvania. She's at the point. They have a deep bench as well, and we'll talk more about them as we go along. And now Rose Holman has gone to a zone.
They got to protect that middle. That big girl might hurt them.
3 is long from the left side. It goes out of bounds. And it's going to stay here. Last touched by Rose Holman.
Okay. Good call by the officials.
Okay, we'll give you that one.
Okay, great, thanks.
So a fresh 20 on the shot clock. We talk about giving teams extra possessions, and you see Grinter with the basketball. It's tough against a team like Transylvania because generally what they'll do is they'll make you pay for it. Those are the turnovers right there that will drive Hannah Klein absolutely nuts.
Will drive you nuts. Of course it would, because those are just routine plays. That's a pass catch.
Yeah. Well, that's two of them right in the same place where they basically just thrown it away. We'll stay at 13-4.
Need some help. Come get the ball.
Love that extended zone if you're a Transy fan. Here's a three in the corner, way off the mark as Reese can't hit that bucket. In fact, she has just 2 points. And we're coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the opening period of play. Nice hands down low, but the shot missed by McKnight.
I don't think she was expecting that pass, Troy.
Not at all. So now the Fighting Engineers need some points here. They've been stuck on 4 for a long time. Lob pass baseline, turnaround shot is another miss by Gallegos Rodriguez.
Wow.
And their shots, coach, those last couple haven't been close.
Rushing the shots. Got to take your time. I mean, you beat her already. You already beat her. Just take your time.
Barrett back in. McKnight will sit down.
Don't they reset this shot clock to 20?
Should be to 20. Well, you know what? It didn't because it didn't hit the rim.
Okay.
So we'll be Rose basketball. Here is Meyer for 3, no good, and their shooting percentage continues to drop. By the way, you can follow live stats as Coach does on the Rolls-Holman website. Bruner off the drive. Still plenty of time in the shot clock, which has not been an issue so far. That'll be Keaton Hall, her first 2 of the afternoon. The lead at 11. They led by 12 after the first quarter, back on January the 10th. The drive down the lane and off the front of the rim is Ship. Can't get it, but the putback is good. That'll be Julia Meyer out of Napoleon, Indiana, played at Jack Sendell High School. Her first 2 points, and that was a long drought.
Almost 3 minutes.
Driving with the left hand, no good on Bruner's shot. Offensive rebound, no. Bruner gets another one after the miss by Kimmelgore. The 3 is going to be missed as well as Barrett can't get it to go. And we have a rebounding foul, and it's going to go against Rose Holman. There's your buddy calling that one.
Yep. Now you're sure?
I don't think I just shoved her that hard.
I mean, I got a slice of pizza.
By the way, speaking of that.
Yes. Oh, here we go.
I hope your wife is listening. I'll get to it here in a minute.
Okay, great.
Grinter will inbound, contact, and that's going to put Kimmelgore at the line.
Got her up on her feet. Would have been a bonus if it went in, but that's a great play.
We have not seen a whole lot of fouls called here so far as Julia Meyer picks up the foul and Kimmelgore to the line. We had a pregame meeting. Don't try to change the subject. We had a pregame meeting here, or a meal here, and I go over there and I'm picking out all the healthy stuff, you know, the fruit, things like that. You were just slugging down those biscuits and gravy. Second one is good.
Well, because the fruit was all gone, so I had to have something.
Funny, you were in the line before me. Got a traveling call, and that'll be the 5th turnover. I'll just text your wife.
I'm just telling you, Jerry ate all the fruit, so I had to get the extra biscuit and I had to get the extra bacon.
So if he ate all the fruit and I was behind you, how did I get any fruit?
Maybe they refilled it after I got done.
You refilled it? No, you ate it. Oh, he was eating the biscuits and gravy too. Noah was. Man, you guys can put the food away. What a shot there by Grinter. She has 8, and we're just informed by our producer, Jerry, that he has photographic evidence that you ate a lot of biscuits and gravy. 19-6.
Jeez.
Coming to the close of quarter number 1.
Come out of retirement and I get this.
I know, isn't it great? Nice move. Shot missed by Meyer. And 1 second remaining, and that's going to do it. After one, Pioneers lead at 19-6.
At Rose-Hulman, our goal is to give our students the world's best STEM education in an environment of individual attention and support, all while achieving over 98% job placement after graduation. Your first year at Rose is all about building community. During your time at Rose, you'll be collaborating with other students in a diverse array of clubs, intramurals, and out in the community. You might be in the 40% of students that play a sport, or the third that are involved in fraternities and sororities. Over 90% of all Rose-Hulman students have at least one internship, co-op or research opportunity, or study abroad by the start of their senior year. Your degree in STEM means you won't be stuck on one path, though. STEM is all about creative problem solving, and Rose-Hulman is a place where creative minds thrive. The skills you learn here will help you reach your career goals and will grow with you as a person for the rest of your life.
Taking a look at the Transylvania bench. We're at Hulbert Arena on the campus of Rose-Hulman, and a beautiful arena it is.
Alumni Day.
It is Alumni Day, and a lot of folks still hanging around to watch both games today.
Hall of Fame inductees today. I think there's 5 of them. So,
will they do that between games?
Yes.
Or? Okay.
Yeah, we'll be off the air because we have to retool everything. But yeah. So if you're on your way, watching now, and you're on your way, you got plenty of time.
And we will, by the way, talk with Deveron Paul after this game today and get his thoughts not only about this game but the rest of the season, too.
We will.
All right, it'll be Transylvania basketball.
And that's sponsored, by the way,
by
Aspen Creek Grill.
Aspen Creek Grill. And 3 pass will find Kimmelgore. Back in the lineup will be Chloe McKnight.
Good steal.
That'll be 5 turnovers now by Transylvania. And each team with 5, but the turnovers by Rose-Hulman have been a little more costly, and there's Sophia Reese now with 4. Reese out of Jeffersonville, Indiana, is a 5'4" junior. Wide open, and passing up that shot was Mackenzie Lombardi, who has checked into the lineup. Another offensive rebound. We have a jump ball as Kimmelgore gets tied up. Possession arrow in favor of Rose-Hulman. Here's that last shot by Sophia Reese as she took it right at Chloe McKnight. Peterson will work the point. She, along with Sophia Reese, will handle the basketball. You'll also see Godoy Rodriguez as well. That shot's going to be missed by Ship, and they'll get an offensive rebound thanks to Peterson.
Ship just looks like she's rushed her shot today, Troy. A little bit too quick on the shot.
By the way, 6 turnovers now by Rose-Hulman. Transylvania right back. We mentioned that shot clock. Believe me, they never run it down very far. That's going to be a miss by McKnight, and we have a push on the rebound. They'll get number 11. That'll be Bruner. Bruner out of Somerset, Kentucky, picking up her first.
Coach. Transy's coach going, what'd she do? She stood up straight up and used her hip.
That might be the key right there, that little
Using the
hip.
hip?
Yeah. You can get away with it in hockey, but I don't think they'll let you do it in basketball.
Yeah, you can't force it inside there. That's too big.
7th turnover now by the Fighting Engineers.
I mean, you're 5'8", she's 6'1". You're not going to win that battle much.
Yep, doesn't work. Hand off to Hall.
Look how she posts. Great feet.
Yeah. Just too big inside. McKnight now has 4. She only averages 5. 21-8. Rose-Hulman trying to find, first off, a hot hand. That's Reese. Jumper good, and right now maybe it's going to be Sophia Reese.
She has 6.
6 of their 10, down by 11. High screen by McKnight.
they start that offense really at the high post, don't they?
Yeah, they do. It's all generated out there as Lombardi gets the screen from McKnight. Boy, the shot clock down to 7. I'm in shock. The drive down the lane, a lot of contact, goes out of bounds. Turnover by Bruner. 6 turnovers now by Transylvania.
That's rare that they go empty with not even a shot attempt.
Yeah. Well, I don't think yet, and I could be wrong, that any possession outside a turnover,
15?
they had run that thing down to 6 on the shot clock. Yeah. They just been getting a shot off so quickly. That zone has been trouble so far for Rose-Hulman. The drive and another miss. Put back good by Peterson. Off the miss by Ship. Peterson, her first bucket. And the lead all of a sudden down to 9. So now the Pioneers going high-low. And the bucket good by McKnight, and she'll go to the line.
She has 6 on the night. Tell you what, once they post her, her feet, but she's 6'1", and she positions her body so well. She took pretty heavy contact there and got the bucket in the hole.
By the way, foul's going to be called on Emma Ship. That'll be her first. And one thing you could add to that, if you try to front her and play someone behind her, then you're leaving that other offensive player open. You got to pick your poison.
And especially the wing. That wing, she kicks it back out to the wing. You got a 3-point shot.
Back to an 11-point lead after the missed free throw. Shot missed by Peterson. Putback is no good. Fennell unable to get it, and then they'll throw it into the backcourt. It'll be an over and back. So that'll be the 8th turnover now by Rose-Hulman. Well, right now, you look at Fennella's not scored. That's a big key, too. She averages 14.5 points per game. They're going to have to get her going. But you mentioned, too, Emma Ship has been kind of releasing that ball pretty quick.
Really quick.
So they're going to have to find a way to relax here. Down by 11. Back in the ball game is Barrett. Barrett backing her man down, tried to go up and under. And then
nice
the block.
defense. Good job.
Yep, Emma Ship.
Come with it. Come with it.
Ship back the other way with the left hand.
Yes.
Ship not only got the block, but went coast to coast and now has 4.
Didn't stop her, did they?
Nope.
Got to stop the ball, ladies.
Lead back to 9.
Oh.
One thing you don't see the Pioneers really releasing quickly on their shots, and there's
Ship.
Another block by Ship. Take another look at this last play.
Look at that. Now, just keeps coming. Like a freight train.
The Keith Myers train.
Well, I'm not that fast.
Not anymore. Off the inbound. Wide open.
Hand up.
3 is
Good.
missed. And we got a rebounding foul against Keaton Hall.
Try to get position. Try to push her out of the way.
Well, Transylvania.
They're in it.
Well, here's one thing about it. They only shoot 39% overall. 30% from three-point range, which is okay. They're not a great shooting basketball team.
Rose is in this thing.
They are. After it looked like maybe it was going to be over, they were down by 13 after 1. And they're starting to make a run here. Godoy Rodriguez back to Peterson. No.
Little short.
Barrett with a rebound. Here come the Pioneers once again.
They go right to the center of the floor. I love how their offense surrounds that way.
Renter back in. Lost the basketball on the way up. Hall in the corner, in and out. Hustling back the other way.
Give it to her. She's in the wing.
And a foul call from behind, and they will hit Ship to the floor. Here's the rest of that play by Emma
Look
Ship.
Where she goes to the middle of the floor. She goes to the strong side. We got a TV timeout.
Barrett picks up the second foul. We'll take a timeout as well. It's a 9-point lead.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Back once again here at Rolls-Hulman, taking a look at the huddle right there for the Fighting Engineers. They've outscored Transylvania 8-4 in period number 2, so a good start. Now you just need to keep plugging away here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I kind of like how they didn't quit. You know, they were down. They had, 4 points for a long, long time and stuck with that and hung in there. Field goal percentage, 38% for Transylvania and 28% for Rose.
Baseline shot is up and good.
Who was that?
That was number 12, which is Gallegos Rodriguez. And now 10 points scored by Rolls-Hulman in period number 2. And there's some confusion offensively here on what the Pioneers are trying to do. Another turnover.
Something confused them. I don't know if Rolls-Hulman came up with different defense that time, but it confused them offensively.
Yeah, you could tell when the ball crossed midcourt, they were not exactly sure what they wanted to do in that offensive set. Here's Reese. The kick out, Peterson. Good look here, Gallegos Rodriguez. Wide open, and then the block shot by Grinter came back and rejected Sophia Reese.
Got a ball fake that once. Get her up in the air. 9 seconds on the shot clock.
Transylvania won their last 4. They beat Anderson in their last 2 games, 74-55, and Berea 66-58. Trying to extend the winning streak here. Ship with the scoop, and good.
Getting the rhythm. Got 6.
And all of a sudden, it's 23-18. That zone bothering the Pioneers. That 3 is off the mark.
Wow, look at this.
By the way, Juliana Stith is checked in, the 5'8 freshman, the last one to shoot that shot. She is quickly out of the lineup.
They've been stuck on 23 for a while.
They have not been the same offensive team that had 19 points in the first quarter. It also helps, though, that Rolls-Hulman not turning the ball over quite as much. And they have not let that zone bother them too much. You could tell Ship right there short-armed that shot. So they're one and done. We'll go back the other way with 3:24 to go in period number 2. Bruner, by the way, back in for the Pioneers. They're going to go down to McKnight. McKnight cleared out one player, then missed that shot.
He was not going to call that a foul. He almost called that a flop.
Yeah, you could see right there Rolls-Hulman trying to double and triple team that post. Peterson in the lane and a foul call. We have not seen a ton of fouls so far here today. They're going to get Micaiah Grinter. And we're going to go to the free throw line. First time that Rolls-Hulman has been to the line here today.
Okay, Rolls-Hulman just got warned for flopping.
Years ago, nobody flopped. What is that?
Oh, yeah.
Come on. Did you flop when you were in high school?
Well, I didn't know what that meant.
Well, neither did I. That's why we didn't do it.
Well, we played with long tube socks and shorts.
Yeah. And your point?
And red ball jets.
Second free throw by Peterson. 0 for 2. Now, didn't we talk about the importance of free throws?
Yes, we did.
You know who the biggest flopper all time is, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brian Cardinal.
No, I'm talking about in players that are currently playing right now. There's a bad miss by
LeBron James?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when they go back and watch the film and you see it over again and you watch him complain, you're like,
yeah, nobody's hit him.
Well,
it's like soccer. You get kicked and you fall down and you whine and cry.
You think somebody might show him that and say there is video evidence that you did not get fouled.
You and your video evidence.
I love it. Undisputed. Here's Reese.
Oh, nice.
Down low, shot missed by Meyer. Ball loose on the floor. We're going to have a jump ball possession arrow to the Pioneers.
She was too far under the basket, wasn't she?
Well, you know what? And we talk so much about this game, and it really is a game of angles for officials and players. If you don't have a really good angle, a lot of times the player is so your indecision on what you want to do with the basketball affects what you're going to shoot. And sometimes it's just better to pass it off and get a better angle if you can.
You're exactly right, Troy.
And it's like being a post player. If you don't have it, kick it out, repost. The drive, nothing there. Grinter for 3, no. They remain cold from three-point range, and it will be Rose-Hulman basketball. They're still, by the way, Transylvania stuck on 4.
That's got to be on. Who are they going to call that on?
It's a really good question. Looks like they got Grinter.
Ooh.
Number 2 on Grinter.
See,
Are you questioning them again?
No, I'm not No, Troy, leave me alone. That collision there, who gained the advantage of that?
Well, apparently he thought that the player at the free throw line did. Caitlin Fennell. It's a game of angles, Coach. Second free throw. He is good. Fennell on the board with her first 2.
You're just not giving me a break at all. Goodness.
Well, I felt bad for the cooks over there and stuff because they had to come out and restock all that biscuits and gravy after.
I want to say hi to Tammy Johnson, who's watching the game from Transylvania. Thanks, Tammy.
Right now, your Pioneers lead it by 3.
And has not scored a lot of points this quarter.
4. That is it. After 19 in the opening quarter. Grinter, tough off-balance shot, and we got a foul call here. It's going to go against Gallegos Rodriguez. By the way, for those of you that are tuning in from Transylvania, we never give each other a break when it comes to stuff on the air.
That's why they like listening to us.
And we will spill every secret we can when it's all said and done.
Yes.
You ought to hear the conversations on the way over here. There's a turnover.
Well, you know, what I liked about our Uber driver today?
Yeah.
He came to pick us up all individually.
Yeah.
It's really nice of him.
Made 3 stops, right?
Yes, he did. After that trip from Miami.
Oh, man, was that fun.
Was that not fun?
Went to the national championship game, and we didn't have to pay for anything.
Nope.
Coming up on 1 minute remaining. Here's a 3, and it's good by Caitlin Fennell. First basket ties the game at 23. How about that?
How about this, Troy?
Down by 13 at the end of 1. They've come back to tie it. I always talk about how to beat a team a second time and how tough it can be, and right now it looked like it was going to be all Pioneers, but Rose-Hulman has battled back. That 3 no good by Flynn, but they get an offensive rebound. Fresh 20 in the shot clock. Deveron Paul trying to help his team out defensively. Cut down the lane and then thrown away again. 9 turnovers coached by the Pioneers.
Now, right now, you just go for the last shot. Move out of the way, Coach. Referee's right in the way. Get out of the way.
You bounce it off his noggin. Could be the final shot right here of the first half. This is Sophia Reese. Going to have to come get some help. Pull-up shot by Ship, no good. 1 second to go, and that one will not be good. And what a comeback by Rose-Hulman. 17-4 run in that second quarter. I'll tell you what, Coach, you could not be happier if you're a fan of Rose-Hulman. The way they could have really been blown out of this game, and they came back to tie it at halftime.
Field goal percentage, 31.3% for Transylvania, 31.3% for Rose-Hulman, 66.7% from the free throw line for Transy, 50% for Rose-Hulman. Rebounds 25-21 Transy, and two ties in the game, and the biggest lead 9 for Transylvania.
You know what's odd about this, Coach, is you had Grinter, Flynn, Hall, Kimmelgore scoring in the first quarter. They were able to hit some outside shots. They got 2 baskets in the second quarter by McKnight down low. And if you watch, sometimes when they would receive the basketball, it almost looked like they were passing up some open shots.
Yep.
What's the mindset now, Transylvania, going into the second half?
You got to take the shot that's open.
Exactly.
You get that pass. And then I think the key for Rose-Hulman, to be honest with you, Schiff has to take her time, poise herself. A couple times you saw her really rushing to get the shot over. Don't need to do that. Take your time. You got plenty of time. I'm very impressed with the second quarter by Rose-Hulman. They could have came out and quit, but they didn't.
Yeah, and when you go back to the January 10th matchup, they were down by 18 at home. And here's another thing about it when you look at this first half is I'm going to be curious to see the adjustments made at halftime, Coach, and how these two teams now come out and play. If you're Rose-Hulman, you don't want a halftime right now. You want to keep playing because you got the momentum in your favor.
Yeah, because I don't want to rest. I just want to keep on going. That's exactly right.
You want to keep it when you get a chance. All right, halftime. We're tied at 23 here on RHIT.TV.
My first role model was definitely my dad, because he was an engineering major.
My mother's in this field, so it kind of got me interested in it.
The fun is actually learning it, getting through all these experiences, having to go around so you can celebrate things for it. That makes it very different.
You know, this school changed my life.
Here tonight, I would remind you that the Stone Age did not end because of a lack of stones. Every major advance in civilization is a result of innovation.
So Rose-Hulman coming up on 150 years. The feeling that I have is a sense of privilege to be a part of it.
I like to make things. That's something I really enjoy doing. Creation, problem solving. I tend to have ideas and think, okay, can I make that? And I give it a shot, whether the answer is yes or no.
There's just a lot of people who care a whole lot here on this campus.
I feel immense pride in that community.
The place where students, staff, and faculty have the opportunity to look into the future and see themselves.
Engineers are not in the business of predicting the future, we're in the business of creating the future.
And want to make it good, want to make it strong, and want to make it just as great as it can be for the next 150 years.
Each of you has an original story. Rose-Hulman has its own story too, in which you play a crucial part. Your time contributed to our 150th year history of innovation, entrepreneurship, and discovery that has significantly helped us shape the world. Today, our stories continue into the future. And I know you'll all make us proud.
Back once again here at Rolls-Holman. We're at halftime. If you just joined us, it was 19-6 Transylvania after the opening quarter of play, but then Rolls-Holman, their offense coming alive in period number 2 and really shutting things down for Transylvania in that second quarter. They outscored the Pioneers 17-4, and that's where we stand at halftime at 23. There are 2 other games that are underway. In fact, both are now at halftime. On the women's side is Mount St. Joseph now leading Anderson 28-25. That was one of the games we were keeping an eye on going in. Both teams at 7-5 in conference play. And one of the game as Berea is playing at Manchester. Berea looking for their 9th win in the conference. They would put them in 3rd place, and they're in 3rd place now, but it would put them there still a game lead over either Anderson or Mount St. Joe. But Berea is now leading Manchester 31-30. That game also at halftime. The other games, Bluffton and Franklin's tipping off at 2. Earlham and Hanover tipping off at 3. Official stats, first off for Transylvania. In the first half, they shot overall 8 of 18, good enough for 44%. They attempted only 5 3-pointers and made 1 for 20%. They were at the line twice and made both of those shots. Individually, Barrett ended up with no points in 12 minutes of play in the first half. Grinter had 8 points. Riley Flynn in 14 minutes scored 3. Keaton Hall had just 2 points. Also, Sierra Kimagore finished with 4, and Chloe McKnight off the bench, she finished with 6 points. The big number that you look at for Transylvania is the amount of turnovers. They were charged officially with 10 turnovers in the first half, and a lot of those were unforced errors as well. They did finish with 5 steals in the first half as well. On the other side, Rolls-Holman ended up shooting just 18% and only attempted 2 3-pointers in that first half as well. In fact, take that back, they were 1 of 1 from 3-point range in the second quarter, but 1 for 3 overall, and they finished at 43% in the second quarter. So overall, 31% shooting by both teams in the first half of play. By the way, Rolls-Holman turned the ball over 8 times in tonight's game, but the bottom line is they did not turn the ball over much in period number 2. They were led in scoring. Let's run down the first half. Sophia Reese with 6 points. Gallegos Rodriguez with 2. Emma Shipp finished with 6 after a slow start. Caitlin Fennell, who was shut out in the first quarter, with 5 points, and she hit that game-tying 3-pointer at the end of the second quarter. And Peterson finished with 2 points. Julia Meyer off the bench also with 2 points. Again, it was a 19-6 game after 1. And then Rolls-Holman comes back outscoring Transylvania 17-4 in that second quarter. Foul-wise, nobody is in foul trouble. Reagan Barrett has 2 for Transylvania, and so far for Rolls-Holman, nobody has 2, just a few players with 1. There were very few fouls called in that first half of play. We will come back, get Coach's thoughts on what has to happen in the second half. And the second half is right around the corner here on RHIT.TV.
A lot of times when you come to Rose, students will say the work is hard. And it is.
There's rumors about the difficulties of Rose-Holman. I would say they're on par for the most part.
But
9 times out of 10, at the end, the student's going to end with that statement, but it's worth it, or I really enjoy it. And I think that's really the key part. Like, if you really like doing something, it's going to be a lot of work.
So the commonality is just the love for science and math. Mathematics is really the basis of all science and engineering. It's the language that we use.
We need to make sure that they have that backbone in order to succeed as future scientists and engineers.
We collaborate as faculty, and they see how one class starts to impact another class.
Math, science, technology, how intertwined they are.
Our students are very driven in everything that they're doing.
Is that opportunity to be pushed, because we do push the student to see what it is that you're actually capable of. We're not just saying, here, go do this hard project. We are right there with them. I think that matters.
Our job is to create a safe place to fail. That would be terrifying if you did that alone.
That results in students that are ready to walk out of the door and into their place of work, ready to be a productive contributor.
So our professors all know us by name.
It was refreshing to know that I would have a relationship with my professors.
And I think that's key. Because of the very low class size here, it gives me, the instructor, an opportunity to actually be engaged with the student.
We know who's struggling, we know who's doing well, we know who's getting it.
Basically, everybody knows everybody here.
The faculty are there for you.
All of our students are advised 100% by faculty.
Your professors already know you. Even if you haven't met them, chances are your professors have talked about you to other professors.
And we do all of our classes in 10 weeks.
Very fast-paced.
So as difficult as the courses might be, as rigorous
and difficult
as it might feel for those 10 weeks, you know that everyone here has your back.
I think the big thing that I want people to always know when I talk about Rose-Hulman is we, the faculty, are here at Rose-Hulman because we love teaching. That is the reason we are here, and I think that sets us apart from all other institutions.
We're back once again here at Rose-Hulman in this HCAC matchup. Our camera crew doing a great job tonight. We have Noah.
Yeah.
We have Thacker. We have Sticks.
Well, no, that's Helen.
Oh, Helen's here today.
Yeah, Sticks took the day off.
That's right. I forgot Sticks.
Helen came in late.
Well, that's okay, as long as she's here. But
Yep.
the thing is, so Sticks must be a union guy. He didn't work on Saturday.
Here we go. Here we go. No, Sticks had a wedding.
Oh, sure he did.
Yeah. Twig got married today.
Twig. Yeah, Sticks' son's name is Twig.
Twig, and his little girl name is Twinkie.
Twinkie. Speaking of that, before we get to the second half keys.
Yeah. You want to do a commercial break?
No, we're not going to do that. I want to mention, again, to all the fans that when you tune in, Coach earlier had all those biscuits and gravy and bacon. And then you go to the concession stand, you just bought a candy bar.
My buddies at the golf team is doing concessions then.
Yeah.
And the first thing, hey, Coach, the regular or the usual? I said, sure. Gatorade and 3 Musketeer bar. It's healthy. They do that all the time. Yeah. Troy's getting more animation. What's that? What did he say?
I just got a little secret here. The student body is doing the concessions today.
The student body?
Yeah.
That's not the golf team?
No.
Are you sure?
Nice try, though.
Oh.
All right, let's
How did you know?
Let's talk about the second.
Is he invading my privacy
yes,
again?
Yes, he is. He knows what's going on.
I love that kid. I don't know where we got that kid, but we got to keep him.
He's going to be you're going to have to get to Muncie
Tell you
next
what,
year, huh?
Tell you what, 4 years, we're in trouble because he's going to come after our jobs.
You know what? He might buy your business for you. You might have to retire.
I'm ready for that. Maybe buy it for his little sister.
There you go. I hope he does. All right, let's talk about second half.
Okay, let's
Rose-Hulman, you got to keep it going. If you're on the other side, I'm not sure exactly what Coach Klein said to her team, but it might wake him up in the third.
First 4 minutes, the key. Don't you think? I think the first 4 minutes of this third quarter is big for both teams.
Well, you have a tendency sometimes when you're one of the best teams in your conference, and you go on the road and you get off to a good start, and it's a kind of a natural thing for a lot of teams. Is you get out to a big lead, you're up by 13, you're thinking, well, we beat them by 28 the last time, and all of a sudden you have a letdown.
Well, maybe also, what time did you leave this morning? And maybe it's just that 4 or 5 hours, I got to catch my second win. So
right, yeah, and it is a long bus ride, and I don't care what anybody says. You get up on a Saturday morning early. You don't want to get up. I didn't want to get up today, but I did. But of course,
we wish you didn't.
I had to fill up my wife's gas tank, standing out in the cold and everything. Yeah. Other than that, it was okay.
You okay?
I'm fine.
Okay. Jerry, you okay?
Everybody's okay.
Jerry's okay.
All right, here we go. Rose-Hulman basketball to begin the third. It'll be Sophia Reese. They have found a way to get to that zone by scoring 17 points in that quarter. Turnaround shot on the way, and they keep it going as Caitlin Fennell, first 2 points out of the gate.
You know, she's done really well since she's calmed down. Her feet are moving really well. Defensive stops here.
2-point lead now for the Fighting Engineers. We talked about what a key game this is for them, trying to get at least that final seed in the HCAC women's tournament. Turnaround shot is on the way and no good as Keaton Hall can't get it to go, and they're one and done. And there's Caitlin Fennell with a rebound.
And the more and more Transy's going to push herself, the more and more they're going to push for bad baskets.
Turnover number 9 now for Rose-Hulman, and then they give it right back. Layup good as Gallegos Rodriguez now has 4, and that's 11 turnovers now by Transylvania.
This thing is a 4-point lead by Rose.
They're going to have to find a way to quit turning the ball over. Had a chance to come down and tie it up. That defense is playing very well now for Rose-Hulman. Another missed shot, ball knocked out of bounds. Keaton Hall can't hold on to that one. This has been a tremendous turnaround for the Fighting Engineers. They look like a just completely different basketball team. And what did we say, Coach, that might be the key to this game, would keep this game low scoring? And it has been that now here into the third quarter. Reese for 3, and it gets stuck between the rim and the backboard. Possession arrow in favor of the Pioneers. You know what? When I become the Supreme Emperor, I'm going to change that rule. If you can shoot that ball and get that stuck between the rim and the basket, you should get something for that.
You should get 7 points.
I agree. That ought
and
to
a ball back.
Boy, things are going to change, aren't they?
We're in trouble, folks. Right here in River City.
That's right. So Pioneers have it. Only 4 points in that second quarter, and they remain scoreless here in the third in the first 2 minutes. So for 12 minutes, they've scored just 4 points.
Got to be patient. Relax.
Baseline
she traveled.
Shot, wide open miss by Godoy Rodriguez. Ball loose on the floor. Pioneers head the other way. And a hurt player for Rose-Hulman. Shot missed, but a foul call. And looks like we have, is that going to be Godoy Rodriguez? And it is. And it's going to be the right leg. Foul called on Emma Shipp, her second.
Well, she tried to get back up and just couldn't put any pressure on the leg.
We were here on Wednesday.
Yep.
And the men's game got pretty physical toward the end. There were a couple of players who got hurt not for Rose-Hulman, as that free throw is good by Grinter.
She has 9 on the night.
First free throw made for Grinter here this afternoon. Second free throw is good.
Here comes the press. This is what they did in the first quarter.
By the way, that game we're talking about, they were playing Franklin the other night where it was getting kind of physical. Back the other way.
Oh, back door.
Shot fake. Shipp, no.
Rushed it.
Shipp gets the offensive rebound. The kick, it'll be Peterson for the jumper. It's good. It'll be a 2-point basket. Well, they just keep coming right back at you. Transylvania without a basket here in the third. Down by 4. But undoubtedly be the biggest win for this women's basketball team for Rose-Hulman in a long, long time, as Grinter nearly fell out of bounds. On the attack inside, the spin by Hall, and the shot no good. And the rebound once again by Emma Shipp, and the sophomore out of Jasper playing very well after a shaky start. Good look at Fennell. Shot clock down to 12 as Peterson receives out front. Here's Fennell. In against the zone. Off the glass and good. It wasn't pretty, but it doesn't matter. It's still a 2-point bucket.
I'd rather have an ugly basket than not a basket at all.
31-25. Back there the way we go. Here's Barrett in the lane and a foul call. I think they got Sophia Reese. Sophia picks up number 1. Keaton Hall coming out of the lineup. Kimmelgore will inbound the basketball. 6-point deficit right now for the Pioneers. Also back in is McKnight. Gave him a lot of good minutes in the first half. 3 is no good as Flynn remains cold. Rebound put back McKnight, and she'll go to the line.
McKnight has 8 points on today.
And her chance for a 3-point play. She'd missed a opportunity, a 3-point play back in the second quarter. Coming back in will be Hall, but not until McKnight shoots the free throw.
Interesting.
Free throw missed. McKnight now 0 for 2 from the line. It's a 4-point lead. Reese will slow things up. Good look here at Fennell. Peterson down on the baseline to Gallegos Rodriguez. The cutter down the lane is Reese. We got to get out of there with the basketball. Shot
she
clock
was in
at
the lane
7.
of Giants there.
Shot way off the mark by Gallegos Rodriguez, but the putback good, Caitlin Fennell.
I tell you what, she's got 11 tonight. She's got 2 big baskets in this first half.
Fennell 6 points in the third. The lead back to 6 now. Pioneers with 5:20 to go. McKnight, little high-low action down low to Barrett. Missed it. Put back no. And boy, she had 2 bunnies right there. Missed them both. Transylvania able to get it back once again. Here's Flynn for 3. That's one's missed. Another opportunity here is Barrett. The kick out off the offensive rebound. That's no good. Yet again another offensive board. And another 3-point attempt. And you get that many, you're going to pay for it. Kimmelgore with the 3, and a lot of bodies went down and a player hurt now for Transylvania. Boy, and your coach Deveron Paul, you're hoping that your team can get some boards here and make sure that Transylvania's one and done, as Riley Flynn, the player, shaken up. We wait and see who the foul was on. Looks like it might be Emma Shipp. If it is, that is her 3rd.
Well, they're going to review this, Troy.
Yeah, they're going to see if it's going to be a flagrant 1. Now, again, they go back and take a look. Sometimes it's not definitive depending on what they're able to catch off that video. And we were here the other night, and there was a play made down on the baseline that it took them a little bit of time to clarify what the foul was going to be before they finally said it was just a regular foul call.
You can see that's our picture right there.
It's going to take them a little bit of time to.
Well, look at all the players that are in the middle of that.
Yeah, that's a lot to go through.
Yep. Hey,
Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say the men's game, about 30 minutes after we're done here today. The scheduled tip-off at around 3. Another big game for the Fighting Engineers in that one, too.
You know, these are all must-wins now. Coach told me that when I talked to him today. I said another big win. Another big win into making. He goes, all of them are big right now.
Yeah.
All of them are big.
Yeah, you think about some of the earlier games in the season, and we have a tendency sometimes to think, well, they really don't matter too much, but they do, because you got to look back at the season. It's a combination of everything you've done to try to get that number one seed or get as high a seed as you can. Also, you'd love to be the host.
Also, like to remind you, we're back on the air Wednesday night.
Yes, right back here again at Rose-Hulman. Well, I think they have made the decision here, and once they talk it over, we'll find out what the call will be.
After 18 inches of snow this week, it's not been bad, huh?
I don't want to talk about snow. I don't ever care if I see another snowflake the rest of my life. By the way, they didn't plow my street, and I'm still not happy about that either.
Do you want me to call the mayor?
I will, Monday.
Okay. Noah can come over and shovel your sidewalk.
Drive over from Monrovia?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. It's just a short drive.
I bet they plowed him at Monrovia, didn't they? Yeah, I knew they would.
Well, Noah's, big time.
I know. He's an influencer.
He is. What are we going to do here?
Well, I don't know yet, but we have not heard anything from the public address announcer. We don't have the luxury like on CBS and all them where they go over to the microphone and tell everybody what the call is.
They can't run up here.
Why?
Well,
mic them up. I agree.
Okay, let's do that.
That and a couple of coaches.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
I think
we should mic Jerry up.
By the way, I think they're not going to call anything other than just a foul on Ship.
But didn't they score? They scored the basket, didn't they?
They did. Well, nonetheless, they're
during
the
TV timeout, I'll go down and ask.
Thank you.
Okay.
Off the inbound, 3-point lead. Some indecision there by Kimmelgore once again. The spin and another foul call. Sophia Reese just picked up number 2, and that's going to put Grinter at the line. Already the 4th team foul on Rose-Hulman. I got to go back to Kimmelgore in the lane, not shooting that shot. And I think players in the game we see today, that mid-range short jumper just doesn't exist anymore. It'll go over to the Fighting Engineers. And so they get in the lane, and if they turn and they look, a lot of times, Coach, it's open.
Yep.
But they just for some reason refuse to shoot it. Peterson saved it from going out of bounds. Boy, shot clock is down to 20. And a 10-second call, and that's a good call because it was 10 when I looked up. It was the shot clock was at 20, and he had it right, and they had not crossed midcourt. 10 turnovers now by Rose-Hulman.
I think I would ask for a review.
On that?
Yeah.
Nah, he was right. It was a good call.
I'll tell you off the air why I would ask.
Okay. Picking on those guys again, aren't you? Nope. All right, here we go. It's Rose-Hulman trying to hold on to the lead. Pioneers went a little 1-4 high on that last set. Shot is on the way short as Barrett can't get it to go. The shot clock beginning to run down. Reese stolen away and back the other way. Bucket good as Kimmelgore
got her 9 point a night.
Forcing the turnover, 11 turnovers, and back the other way as the shot is up and missed by Fennell, but she will go to the line. By the way, for Caitlin Fennell, 2 for 2 from the line. Fouls called on McKnight. Fennell gets one more.
I got her for 13.
Fennell now 4 of 4 from the line. Mackenzie Lombardi played sparingly in the first half in the lineup. Now for the Pioneers, down by 2. Going to try to get it inside to McKnight. They will. Double team, shoots it over the basket. They always tell you when you get it down there like that, you got to find the basket first. Back the other way. Shot missed by Peterson. Reese with a rebound. Her shot in the lane is good.
8.
Smallest player on the floor able to get in there and get an offensive rebound. Back to a 4-point lead. McKnight posting up down low against Gallegos Rodriguez. Grinter looking inside. Nothing there. Shot clock down to 6. 3 is launched from the top of the key. No good by Kimmelgore. And then the ball goes out of bounds. Touched last by Julia Meyer.
You got to track that ball down, though. If you're Rose Holman, that ball is loose. You got to go after that basketball.
Transylvania offensively still a little shaky.
Coach Paul's still asking.
You sure that wasn't touched by them? Or are you talking about something earlier?
About the 10 seconds.
You missed that call.
No.
Pioneers on the attack. In the lane, no good. That'll put Kimmelgore to the line. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that way that they're shooting is to the, is that the south? Free throw.
This
good.
end?
Yeah.
Yes, this is the south end. Very good, Troy.
Thank you.
That military background really helped you.
Didn't it? Gallegos Rodriguez picked up her second foul. Kimmelgore making both free throws. And almost a steal once again. Lead pass, fast break, give and go, and the shot missed by Gallegos Rodriguez. We head the other way. Transylvania, chance to tie the game right here. Shot is 3, and it'll be Flynn. Second three-pointer of the afternoon. And all of a sudden, the Pioneers lead it by 1. And another 10-second call. 2 10-second calls against Rolls-Hulman here in the third. And all you have to do is look at the shot clock, and you get an idea of what exactly happened, and that trail official sees it right in front of him. Rolls-Hulman now with 12 turnovers. They trail it by 1. So we come up on 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Right now, Transylvania, they're going to earn this one today. Here is a 3 on the way. It is no good. Lombardi can't get it to fall, and yet they're able to get it again. Good hustle by Flynn.
They're out hustling Rose Holman right now.
Yeah, they beat them to a lot of offensive rebounds and 50-50 balls. Kimmelgore, nothing there. The kick out and the 3 again. Lombardi, no good. And the rebound by Gallegos Rodriguez. As we head back the other way, in the lineup will be Columba Rodriguez now for Rolls-Hulman, and there's another turnover. 13 turnovers. A 4-on-1 break the other way. Layup no good. Battle for the loose basketball, and we have a jump ball.
Elbows flying there, folks.
Possession arrow in favor of Rolls-Hulman. Ship is coming back in. Godoy Rodriguez also coming back in as well, and we've got a timeout. Pioneers lead it by 1.
IndianaSRN wants to put more kids on TV, and honestly, that's exactly what these kids deserve.
They stream more than 350 high school and college games every year, giving Indiana athletes the spotlight they've earned. All games are free to watch with On Demand on their YouTube channel. The cost is amazingly affordable, which means more kids get their moment to shine. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
At Riskwork, we're Team Indiana through and through, from coaching youth basketball to protecting critical infrastructure. Like our partners at IndianaSRN, we invest in people first. That same grit and leadership on the court drives our work in cybersecurity. We help businesses stay secure, resilient, and ready with no guesswork. If you can trust us to protect the grid, you can surely trust us to protect your Indiana business.
Back once again here at Hulbert Arena. Game 1 of 2 here on RHIT.TV. 38-37, Transylvania with the lead. They're being led by Sierra Kimmelgore with 13. Grinter has 11, 8 points by McKnight. And I should add, Flynn has 6 on 2 3-pointers. She had a big 3 moments ago. And then Hall has 2. On the other side, Rose-Hulman led by Caitlin Fennell, who was shut out in the first quarter but has 13 points, 8 by Sophia Reese. As the Pioneers look to build on the lead, but then the shot blocked as Grinter can't get it to go. In the backcourt, Fennell, and a foul called against the Pioneers. I think they got Grinter for number 3. .58 seconds remaining. The press once again, and more of a 1-2-2 zone press now put together by the Pioneers. And Reese able to break it easily across the timeline. Here's Fennell. And now Godoy Rodriguez in the paint. Ship drives, no. Battle for the rebound. And Ship is there. Rodriguez there. And then we eventually have a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Pioneers. You left the press area for a moment. Did you get an explanation?
On the video replay, the basket went in and there was a foul after that. They thought it was a flagrant foul. They did not call it a flagrant foul. They passed and called it a regular foul. The 10-second violation is that lead official because he's looking at the official time, not the back official.
This way or this way?
This way.
Well, how he's calling it?
Because he's looking at coming this way, he's looking at that clock.
Right. So he's the one calling it.
That's what I'm saying. That's his call.
That's what I said, didn't I?
I know. I was wrong. Did you want me just to say it for millions and millions of people to hear that I was wrong? Is that what you wanted me to say?
No, I had no intention on that whatsoever.
Well, you just made me do it.
There is a difference of 7 seconds between the game clock.
I sure am going to miss you when you're gone.
Where am I going? Here is Grinter. Pull-up shot on the way, good, and finally a mid-range jumper. 13 now by Grinter. 3-point lead. One last chance now, and the ball's going to be deflected out of bounds by Grinter. I just thought I'd ask you that because you didn't give me any of your 3 Musketeers. You gave some to everybody else. Should point that out, right, Noah? See, Noah got a piece of it, too.
You got a spot on your shirt.
I know. Inbound to Gallegos Rodriguez. The bounce pass down low. Rodriguez missing inside the rebound. Flynn. That'll do it for the third. We head to the final. 10 minutes of play. Pioneers lead it by 3.
Munster, who was both the athletic director and the basketball coach at the time, wrote me a letter. Said, we're interested in you coming to the school. And so I went over and visited in January or February of 1977 and kind of fell in love with the school. And I felt like if I can get a degree here, I'm going to get a job, and that mattered a lot to me. Hi, I'm Steve Hill, CEO and President of the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. I get to work with an amazing team to promote Las Vegas as the #1 tourist destination and the go-to place for conventions, sports, and entertainment. We've helped expand the convention center, launch the Vegas Loop, and bring big events like the Super Bowl, Formula One, and WrestleMania to town. As chairman of the Stadium Authority, I also help oversee Allegiant Stadium, home of the Las Vegas Raiders and the future A's ballpark.
What are you playing, guitar?
Back once again here at Rose-Hulman. And who are you talking to?
Daniel's playing the guitar down there.
Oh, was he? Yeah, there he is. That's Daniel Thacker.
Yep. He got a nice sweatshirt for his birthday today.
He did. A little big for him, but
a little big.
He's trying to fill it out.
Yeah.
All right, we're down to the final 10, barring OT.
Turnovers.
Big key.
The key now is turnovers.
You know what? I said OT. I'm sorry.
Did you say OT?
I did. By the way, and you're right, Coach, because Rose-Hulman turned it over a lot in the third. They didn't in the second. And that time you didn't see Transylvania turn it over a lot.
And they just turned one over there.
Yep, right out of the chute. That's number 14 unofficially now on Rose-Hulman. So now let's see what Transylvania. They're going to try to pound it inside. The kick out. Grinter for three. Off the glass. I don't think she meant to, but it still counts. 16 now by Grinter. The one thing now, you want to keep this thing close.
I tell you what, the press has affected Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, it
I
slowed
would think
them down.
you keep on doing it.
Reese missed the shot. High for the rebound. Flynn, foul in the backcourt. If they get Ship, it's number 4. Nope, they're going to get 12, which is Gallegos Rodriguez. It is her third. You know, and again, you and I do this enough games together to know the two things that drive you and me crazy the most. Number 1, turnovers. Number 2, missed free throws.
Yes.
And especially free throw, or I should say turnovers that are not hustle turnovers. Well, they passed up a 3. In fact, I'm not sure they wanted McKnight to shoot it, and they turned it over.
And then you have a good shot here. You do the right thing about putting it in the middle of the floor, and then you give it to your point guard, and she takes 3 steps before she puts the ball on the floor.
You know, the weird part about it, Coach, is it just seems like the uncertainty to want to shoot the basketball at times, as Fennell misses that one. That's the thing that I know most about Transylvania. But you watch them shoot in warm-ups, they were burying everything from outside.
You got to pound this inside.
Well, McKnight is out in three-point range.
Leave her out there.
Kimball Gore, nothing there. I think their idea now is they're going to use some clock.
Oh, then you throw it away.
Wow. That is at least 5 to 6 unforced errors there by Transylvania.
And if you're Rose-Hulman, now you have to score.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of it. You're exactly right. Rose-Hulman was outscored 17-14 in the third. And all of a sudden it seems like kind of their offense is a little bogged down right now.
Stopped a little bit.
Here's Fennell. Fennell turned against the defender, nothing there. The floater's on the way and good. That'll be Godoy Rodriguez. First 2 points of the ball game. And it couldn't come at a better time. They still trail it by 4. Transy giving up only 54 points per game, and was it touched? They're going to have a discussion here, the two officials, and they're going to stay here. But Transylvania averages 68 points per game. They got a ways to go to get to that. I mentioned the last time these two teams got together, it was all nice pass on the inbound, and McKnight now double figures with 10.
She came off the bench today. Did a nice job, didn't she?
Transylvania scored 76 in their last game against Rose-Hulman. Back to a 6-point lead here in the fourth. Yeah, it appears right now this offense is really kind of slowed down now.
No one wants to take control.
Reese, collision, turnover.
Wow.
Another key turnover there for Rose-Hulman. Reese almost commits the foul, and another turnover the other way. There's another one, Coach, I'm telling you right there. If you take it down the lane, you pull up shot, Paul had at least a good look.
And you threw that pass over her head. Maybe a bounce pass might be better for you right there.
Yeah. And needless to say, at times we have seen some really good basketball today. At the other times, you just kind of shake your head.
Well, right now, they just feel like they're flat.
Yeah, they do. They have lost some energy somewhere in this offensive set. Godoy Rodriguez and another turnover. Fast break back the other way. Grinter driving and scoring, and she'll be fouled.
I like how Grinter hesitated a little bit, waited for the bump, and then put the ball up on the rim.
By the way, Kimmelgore a little shaken up. Didn't see what happened to her as she leaves the game for the Pioneers. Bruner is back in.
She's laboring over there.
Yeah. And she was trailing that play, and I don't know if it happened on the offensive end.
She's going right to the trainer.
Free throw missed by Grinter. Ship able to get the rebound, but so far only 2 points scored by Rose-Hulman here in the fourth quarter. Got to get this thing going quickly. Good look here at Peterson. Peterson, another player that can score, but so far just 4 points here this afternoon. Shot clock down to 3. That's no good as Gallegos Rodriguez can't get it to go, and they got the shot off before the shot clock expired, but just unable to get anything offensively again. And the Pioneers willing to slow it up, especially if you look at the offensive end and your team also using a lot of shot clock as Grinter scores again.
She's taken over. She's got 20.
And she leads all scorers with those 20 points. And Devon Paul needs a timeout as the Pioneers have extended their lead now to 10 points.
(49-39) Transy over Rose. Don't forget to join us for the men's game 30 minutes after this contest. Also, check out our IndianaSRN sports page. News every day on the sports page.
I'm taking tomorrow off.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I feel like it.
And you will have the HCAC recap for today's games.
I don't know. I'm just not in the mood.
Not in the mood? You want to go snowing? You want to go tobogganing?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
By the way, Anderson is beating Mount St. Joseph in the third now. They just finished the third 59-43. And one of the game on the women's side that is underway, Manchester with 7:06 to go in the fourth quarter, leading Berea 53-49.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that'd be a big win there for Manchester.
Our friend Matthew is going to be doing a men's game up in Anderson today. I think they're doing some type of presentation he got called to do.
To him?
No.
Oh. Yeah, this one here, we're talking about a 20-6 run. It's pretty good. So a presentation to who?
Sorry, I don't know.
You know, you might get the details on this.
Yeah, I'll do that next week.
We'll all forget it by then.
I'll send it to the sports page tomorrow.
There you go. Reese
Good.
down low, and the missed
a
layup
bunny.
by Gallegos Rodriguez. That was a great pass by Ship. And now the offense has gone cold here for Rose-Hulman. He had 6 in the opening quarter.
You know, Transylvania went cold.
They did. 3 on the way. It is good. Not that time. Lombardi, her first basket of the day. And it's all of a sudden a 13-point lead. What a turnaround here. A Ship fouled there by Barrett. Barrett picks up number 3.
Mind you, this game was 23-23 at halftime.
Yes, it was. Yeah, Rose-Hulman scored 31 points in the second and third. They had outscored Transylvania by 10 in those 2 quarters, but now they've only managed 2 here in the fourth. Now make it 3.
shift on
Go ahead.
7 points on the night.
Well, she got off to a slow start and then really played well in the second quarter. Didn't score in the third quarter, but didn't need to really too much. But
we both agree she's kind of hurrying her shot.
Yeah, she short-armed the one that – there's a nice drive by Grinter. 22 now by Grinter. Lead back to 13.
You almost have to score every possession here.
And you got to get some stops now. And the other thing, be careful not turn it over. And there's another player, Fennell. They got to get her going, but another turnover. Grinter the other way and a foul. Boy, this is about as obvious as you can get. You turn the ball over a lot in the first quarter. You're down by 13. You don't turn the ball over in the second quarter. You outscore Transylvania 17-4. You turn the ball over in the third quarter. You give up 17 again. And now you're in the fourth quarter and you make some more turnovers. It is just very basic basketball. Here's Grinter again at the line.
Comments made by Troy Derrigasi. You can email him at TroyD.
You might as well.
At IndianaSRN.org.
I just think that, and I'm going to sound old here, but I don't think teams and players possess the basketball like gold like they should.
I completely agree.
Grinter missed them both.
Because some of these turnovers that has happened this half has been like that. Just you're chaotic.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times what I see too is you don't see a player fake high, go low, or fake low and go high. They try to throw through hands. You can't throw through hands. Teams love to get deflections, and I've told you before, I love that stat, and it ought to be a stat that every coach should keep, how many deflections I can get. Reese missed the three, ball tipped out of bounds, and it's going to be last touched by Gallegos Rodriguez.
Nope, they're going to change it.
So this official on the baseline got a better look at it.
They should reset the shot clock.
You know who was big on deflections was Tom Crean. Loved the deflection because it will disrupt your offense if you don't make a good pass. It doesn't always have to turn into a turnover, but it can also disrupt and the shot clock. You can waste a lot of time just like that right there. Now you got to reset something out of bounds. And now you got to pay attention here if you're Rolls-Hulman. Good look here at Peterson. Shot on the way, good. Kaya Peterson now with 6. Still within 11. By the way, back in the ball game is Kimmelgore.
There's an offensive foul.
And we've got a 30-second timeout. With 3:14 remaining, and at some point now you're thinking if you're Rolls-Hulman, you're going to have to do a little more pressure on the basketball and try to force a turnover or two.
Top 8 teams at the end of the year will go to the tournament. Higher seeds will host the first-round game, and if that number 1 seed wins their first-round game, then they will host the Final Four.
We had a packed house for the men's championship game last year up at Anderson,
Man,
which
was
Franklin won that game.
Yep.
I saw
at a game where they shouldn't have won.
Saw the Franklin coach the other day leaving the building, and
Coach Hamilton.
Yeah, he was very happy. I know he wasn't happy a couple of times during the game when a couple of his players went down, but that ball deflected out of bounds, but still coming out of here with a big win.
Well, when you can beat teams on their floor, it's just an extra notch, isn't it?
It is. It really is. It is not easy. I don't care what anybody. If it were, you'd see more road victories. Now, the New England Patriots this year won all their games on the road, which is very unusual.
Is that a basketball team?
Yeah, on the football side.
Oh.
And we got a foul, put back good. Another offensive rebound. This time it'll be Juliana Stiff. Her first point of the day. Foul called on Godoy Rodriguez. That'll be number 2 on her. Free throw is good. And things are getting tight now for Rose-Hulman.
Time's running out.
Yep, down by 14. Well, it means now they're going to have to gamble on defense a little bit. Got to go for some steals. There's Fennell, missed it. Had a good look. By the way, Coach will be talking with Coach Paul after the game, but it'll be pretty brief because we got to get ready for the men's game. How about that block by Fennell? McKnight had a bunny, but had it blocked. We'll head the other way. Here's Peterson to the baseline. Here's Fennell. Fennell, floater in the lane, off the glass, no good. And McKnight able to take it away because of her size. Stay able to outreach people. And now you know Transylvania will use some clock right here. McKnight. I say that, and they go inside to McKnight.
She's come off the bench and have scored 12 points today.
Schiff will pick up number 4.
Yep.
Well, and again, when you have that kind of size and you're able to create space down low, it is awful hard to, as we said, if you front her and play a player behind her, then you leave that other player on offense open to either shoot a jumper, make an extra pass, and your offense can really generate a lot out of that post play. Free throws missed. 16-point lead now with under 2 minutes remaining. Here is a baseline shot missed by Fennell. Rebound by Ship. Put back no, and she is fouled. By the way, you can get all the final stats of this game on the Rose-Hulman website when it's all said and done. Is McKnight leaving the game, and Morgan Howell will come in out of Paris, Kentucky. She is a 6-foot freshman. Free throw missed there by Emma Ship. By the way, there's only one player for Transylvania that's from the state of Indiana. That's Nicole Mears. She is out of Brookville, Indiana. Played her high school basketball at Franklin County for the Wildcats. Mentioned right there a near steal, as this is what Rose-Hulman will have to do. Well, they played much better, able to get that lead. Tied at halftime, making this a ball game in the second half, but not going to be enough time here today. And another foul call, this one on Gallegos Rodriguez, and that'll be her 4th. Rose-Hulman will fall to 5 and 15 overall, and losers of 3 straight as Bruner goes to the line.
They need to hope that Manchester loses today as well.
Yeah, and Manchester was winning
by 6.
And if they, by the way, do not lose that game, they'll be a game ahead of Rose-Hulman for the final playoff spot as Bruner hits the second. And it's now a 16-point lead. But for Transylvania, they will have won their 16th game of the year, and more importantly now 11-2 in the conference. That 3 is no good by Reese. Well, and Coach, here's the other thing. If Rose-Hulman can be more consistent offensively, they will be a good basketball team. But that's the key right there. By the way, 3:19 remaining in the fourth quarter. Noah's given me an update. Manchester now leading by 6 over Berea. Got a foul call after trying to hustle for the basketball. I think it's going to be Sophia Reese, and it is. So if that stays true, Manchester again will have a 1-game lead.
Yep.
And
with
Berea,
5 games left.
And Berea, by the way,
would drop
they will have to keep an eye on Anderson, Mount St. Joe. It would put them at 5 losses in the conference.
This thing's not over yet.
It's not over. And I don't think many thought that Berea would go to Manchester and potentially lose that game either. Stith at the line.
She's at 4. Coming off the bench.
By the way, Rose Hallman has only scored 7 points in this fourth quarter. They will have 2 quarters today in which they were held under double digits. As coming into the ball game, Abigail Shearer played at Clay City High School. She's a 5'6" freshman.
Not too far away from here.
No. Jamie Hunter in as well out of Portland, Oregon. That is Godoy Rodriguez in the pass to her teammate who just shot the air ball. I'm waiting to see who that is. Oh, that's going to be Ship, who stays in. She thought she got fouled or the ball was partially touched, but the officials say no. Jamie Hunter in the ball game as well for Rose Hallman. Cadence Livers is in as well out of Bardstown, Kentucky. She's a 5'6" freshman. And we've got another timeout on the floor with 36.1 seconds remaining. Game 2 coming up about 30 minutes after we're done with this one.
So you're the crowd are coming in for the men's game.
So we're probably about 3:15 or so in that area for the men's game. And that's going to be a big one, too. We talked about it a little bit ago. Rose Hallman got up to a slow start in their game against Franklin. Mm-hmm. They came back, got the big shot by Studemeyer to take the lead, and unfortunately lost it by 1. But it does show you, again, if you can get off to a good start, it's important. Press put on once again as you get a good look at Livers in the backcourt, and that'll be a 10-second call. They have not, by the way, speaking of the Pioneers, turned the ball over in a long time.
How many times have we seen 4 10-second violations?
You don't see that very much, do you?
You hardly see it at all anymore.
Change here for Rose Hallman is Aubrey Barrett out of Cincinnati coming into the lineup. Played her high school basketball at Highlands High School. By the way, still about 9 seconds between the game clock and the shot clock. Here's Ship. Loose basketball. Got a foul call off the long rebound. So the final tallying tonight for Transylvania, Grinter led the way with 22 points. Riley Flynn finished with 6. 13 by Kimmelgore. Did not score in the fourth quarter, but still had some big baskets in the third. Bruner finished with 1. Lombardi finished with 3. McKnight had a big game, 14 points off the bench. They utilized her size. That'll be an air ball. Shot there by Meyer. And then Stith finished with 5. 10.1 to go. Godoy Rodriguez, 2 points today. Sophia Reese finished with 8, did not score in the fourth quarter. Turnover number 16 now by Transylvania, and that'll do it. Final score, Transylvania 62 and Rose Hallman 44 to finish out the scoring. Again for Rose Hallman, 4 points today by Gallegos Rodriguez. 9 points by Emma Ship. 13 points by Fennell. She also did not score in the fourth quarter. 6 points by Peterson. Julia Meyer finished with 2 points. And by the way, as I mentioned a little bit ago, Rose-Hulman scoring just 7 points in that fourth quarter. And Coach, they had a 6 in the first and 7 in the fourth quarters. And we just talked about, again, it's that consistency that you need throughout the game.
Droughts can hurt you in the game of basketball. Boy, did they have 2 big droughts today, one in the second quarter and, of course, here in the third and fourth quarter as well. Really tough game to come back on. Once you're down by 14, 15 points, we talked about that. So, once again, they'll come back and tie them up and play, I think, on Wednesday night.
We'll take a timeout. 62-44, the final.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort, fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
In today's rapidly evolving energy landscape, compliance is more than just a checklist. It's the foundation of operational reliability, safety, and trust. And here in Indianapolis, we're honored to be at the heart of that mission. We collaborate with asset owners, operators, helping them stay ahead of NERC standards and grid demands. Our electrical engineering and compliance experts provide hands-on support tailored to your fleet. As expectations rise and regulations evolve, you deserve a partner who brings more than just expertise. You need commitment, clarity, and confidence.
It's game day, a time to focus on the excitement and not to worry about your insurance coverage. With Indiana Farmers Insurance by your side, you can step onto the field or into the bleachers with true peace of mind, knowing your coverage is handled by local agents who care about your business, your auto, your home, and your farm as much as you do. Local insurance, local agents, here for you. Now that's what we call teamwork.
Back with Coach Paul. Final score 62-44. Coach, another tough loss as the women's played really well first quarter. And flow was there. Second quarter, much better. But again, just a little bit of collapse late in the game.
Yeah, first I want to give all the honor and glory to Jesus Christ for this opportunity to be able to coach a phenomenal group of young women. We're right there. We did a lot of things that we wanted to do in this game, that we talked about, that we worked on, that we repped and practiced. Just came down to the finish, and I felt like we missed some baskets that we should have made. We missed some easy baskets, and that kind of takes the momentum away from you, and then they come down and get 4 opportunities. It's just hard when you get out-rebounded.
The crazy thing is the rebounding was one of those things, but Coach, in the flow of things, loose balls much better today, going to the basketball and to the basket much better. And I think Shipp had sometimes kind of struggled, but all in all, they played pretty well. Just that one lapse, but Transylvania earned this win because you were right there with it.
Yeah, we're a good team. I just don't think that our record shows how much we've been getting better. But you got to string together some wins in this last stretch of the season, get us into the conference tournament, and you never know what can happen from there. So our goal is just to get in.
Yep. 5 games left, 2 of those at home. That has to help you a little bit.
Definitely. It's always better to play at home. better to play at home with our crowd. We just have phenomenal support here, so we're just happy about that. Just got to keep on getting better.
Today was Alumni Day. It's also Hall of Fame Day. It's kind of cool to be here in the atmosphere. Talk about the fans. Your fans have been very loyal all year long.
We've had a great support system. Not only the fans, but administration here supports everything that we do. Being able to play in front of the home crowd and having student athletes that are from this area definitely helps a ton. We have a huge following, so we're excited about that, and we're thankful.
And a lot of viewers, people who can't watch the game on
we appreciate that as well, and we appreciate the network.
Well, we appreciate you. You know that. Biscuits and gravy was really good today, Coach. I appreciate it.
What about the shrimp and grits?
Huh? We had shrimp and grits?
We had shrimp and grits here today, too.
I missed that.
You had to get some of that.
I think that hospitality should be there every game, Coach. I'll put that
tell Seth. Tell our athletic director, Seth, you said that.
I'll put that on our contract. How about that?
I got nothing against that.
You can join our crew.
I got nothing against that.
We'll see you on Wednesday night.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach Paul, we'll take a break. We'll be back.
Yeah, have a good one.
When I was growing up, I had pretty good math skills, and I had a high interest in science. My mother's father was an engineer. Although I never really knew him, I knew of him. So the option of being an engineer was always exciting to me. And as I progressed through high school, one of the things that really stuck out to me, our football training room in high school had a Rose-Hulman football poster. As I got closer to making a decision, I learned a lot about Rose. And the appealing thing to me was that it was going to be a small setting. I would maybe have an opportunity to play football, which I knew I wasn't going to be a professional football player, but the team association, the friendships, the camaraderie had always been important to me.
Well, that wraps it up for us. Game 1 is in the wraps. We'll have Game 2 with you in about 30 minutes. It's IndianaSRN and RHIT TV.